Hey, greetings, fellow slingers. It is I, you know who, your trusted GM Brian, bringing you yet another episode of our Bloodlords run through. As always, before the main course, gotta have that entree. Gotta give a shout out to Matt Cook, our newest YouTube subscriber. Welcome to the channel. Remember, if you want to hear me give you that shout out, it's as simple as subscribing to the channel at Roll Hard 20. What are you waiting for? Get your ass to Mars. And while you're at it, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review on whichever podcast app you listen to the show on. Because yes, it really does and has helped the show. I just can't say enough, but I feel really blessed to have you fellow slingers along for the ride. I remember telling Sam just the other day how when we settle in and begin our play, that to me, it's not just a game, it's an event. When we get together, it's not just about the rules, the mechanics, the AP. It's about 5 of us coming together to immerse ourselves in a narrative. I don't think of the Hard Slingers as players. Oh, I know they're players. No, they're not just players on the show, but for the next hour, they're the embodiment of those PCs engaging in feats of strength, wit, and charm. That's called role-playing. Anyways, enough for the intro. Why don't we just warm up our ice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 15 of our Bloodlords run-through. Man, I miss giving these episodes titles. I gotta get back to doing that.
Ryder has it. He just hasn't sent
another
it.
one.
Yeah, we do have it.
We do have it. Okay,
Yeah.
let me get my ass together then.
Well, Ryder has to send it to you. I don't know if he did.
Well, I don't know if he doesn't get the show link, he may
Well,
not
the
get this.
flaw in the Bloodlords design is that
There
the
is no flaw.
triangle is there is aesthetically because the triangle is blood red, but everybody's big head is in the way of that. As the game progresses and the Bloodlords logo gets more and more splattered with blood, we'll be able to do that now that the Ranger's gone. So okay, I'll have to update that. My bad. I have to fix that. But
Hold on a second.
yeah,
guys.
it's a design flaw. It makes a great T-shirt, but when you got the big melons of all of us in the way, you can't see it.
No. It's like you'd have to sit all the way back here.
Yeah.
Tone, I just emailed it to you.
Yeah, my
Awesome.
computer's a little outdated for that.
All right.
Oh, there. I'll play like this. So you
Yeah.
got
Good to see you, Junior. How you been?
Just keep
I've been
him
good,
up.
man. How about
Right,
yourself?
good to hear.
Weaver, you
check
ought
it
to
out.
send me that picture and I can alter it so he gets ashy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll send this to you.
just change the tone of it a little bit.
Out of curiosity, did everybody listen to the little audio snippet I sent out?
Recently?
Is that the one you
The
sent
last
me?
one, yeah.
Dude, I told you, it's fucking epic. The way
Yeah,
you
it was
stitched it,
dark.
it was so good.
Anyway, so moving forward, let's lead us in and we'll go from there. Are we ready?
I don't know, are
ready.
you?
Oh,
Fucking bloodthirsty bastard.
blood 30s, back in my early blood 30s.
Yeah.
Well, shit, I'm in my fucking bloody 50s now.
Yeah. A
Wish
few
I
of
had a
us.
motherfucking bloody 40.
Tone, did
Cut
you
that out,
freeze up?
please, Ryder.
No, he's
Oh,
No, I
moving.
didn't.
It's just
Did I?
blank.
I hope I did not.
There you go.
He's just moving.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM Brian, and with me, my Hard Slingers of Yore.
Nothing
Yeah, episode 15 of our Bloodlords run through. Yes, that's right. After all these years of seeing other individuals through the virtual eye of destiny, I finally have, for your listening pleasure, packing the digital rage room, every member of the Hard Slingers of Yore.
Hell.
I know. I have to address the Atyug in the room because it seems whenever the roster shifts and alters at times, I try to bury it under innuendo. But you have to listen to the episode for a few minutes to know we have somebody that's no longer with us, and that's fine because my fellow Hard Slinger of Yore, Tone, is here. And that said, let's move on. We begin. It's nighttime. The splintered moon overhead is partially covered by clouds, and we could just make out an individual as he darts back and forth between the charred remains of what might have once been a village. Exhausted, he ducks behind the remains of a melted wall as he tries to listen over the blood pounding in his ears. He can still make out the whispers of those pursuing him. "If we find him, we'll eat good tonight." The individual finds a renewed surge of energy as he pushes away from the wall and continues to run. Leaving the remains of the ovens, a place he was forced to traverse when the gates of Grey Dirge refused to admit him, the figure moves north with stealthy haste. With his pursuers closing the distance, the clouds overhead part just long enough for the stranger to make out a dwelling ahead. Not bothering to look back, he puts his shoulder into the door, quickly closing it once inside. His low-light vision reveals an abandoned, though not empty manor. A commotion from the room close by forces the stranger to descend the spiraling steps to the manor's lower level. As aggressive scraping noises begin to draw nearer, he makes his way past a pool of dark ichor when a tendril of the writhing liquid lashes out, touching his leg. Pulling free, in a panic he stumbles into a small room and closes the door behind him, waiting, not realizing until it's too late that he had just locked himself inside. Kerr Nova Fire haunches back down against the wall and just sits there patiently. Now, at the end of episode 14, much to the horror of the heroes, Renna, who attempted to jump over a pool of ichor, failed her dex check and was grabbed and pulled under the writhing fluid. De La Cruz, who had been suffering the ill effects of Fatigue 1 and Sicken 2, was set upon by another of the manor's large vermin, with the side effects of that attack still yet to manifest themselves. Sorrel, with Argon the Annihilator upon your shoulder, you entered the room where De La Cruz and Khan had been doing battle. Seeing a large mural on the wall depicting a general wielding a large halberd in his left hand, his right hand tucked within the folds of his tunic, Argon screamed in your ear. "Oh no, that's me! You must let me tell you about me!" The basement level goes quiet. De La Cruz, what would you like to do in this torture room?
Rather collect myself from these sickened rats. By any chance, do we hear any noise from outside? Is close clear? Like, do we know that those are the last rodents that are in this room?
From what you could tell, because they came out of this pile of refuge and debris that had been packed into a large nest at the southwest corner of this room. But even before you entered the room, you didn't hear them. Everything was quiet, except for the Ostavites when you first started doing battle with them. Once you killed them, the whole downstairs went quiet again. And then you did battle with the rats, and now it goes quiet yet again.
All right, De La Cruz wants to inspect and make sure the rest of this building is, or the rest of this room is clear.
Okay.
Making his way to the southwest wall.
Down by where that nest was at, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigate check.
All right, give me 1 second. 19.
19. You take your weapon and you poke at the nest. You watch it start to collapse upon itself, and you're fairly certain that there's no other living creature in that nest.
Con, I think we're all clear here. See if we can find anything useful in this room and move on out.
Hell yeah. Maybe you need to take a second to retch or something like that. Go ahead. I got your back here. We got Sorrel here. He can have some healing if we need it.
Think I got a few hours before I could try to make myself wretched again.
That is
I
true.
can help.
Appreciate the kind gesture.
Put that thing away. Sorrel, you've got
Argon, the Annihilator, standing on your shoulder, telling you that is a picture of me.
Do you ever shut up? Argon, I know you're excited, but can you not see that? No.
tapping.
Can you not see that we're busy? I see your image. I see your oil painting of you, but
I can help if I am part of my body once again.
But we need the rest of your body, do we not?
Good idea.
Argon, what would you have us do at this point? We see your image upon this painting. Where are the rest of your body parts?
I don't know. It's been so many days ago, so many years ago since I once owned this manor. I don't know how many hands it's passed through, but it's long since been in my own. You've destroyed the only hope I had. I hope you feel better about yourself.
Destroyed? Destroyed what?
I don't know where my body is.
Do these rooms look familiar to you?
No, I don't recall.
What do you recall? We're trying to help, but all I hear is words.
Well, you'll have to be a little more sweeter towards me than that. You're being very rude.
Well, forgive me, but as you could see, we've been a little busy getting our asses kicked down here.
Speak for yourself.
Quiet,
You mean Cruz?
Make a diplomacy check, Sorrel.
Diplomacy, yeah. Oh, talk to the hand. 17.
17.
And I am trained in diplomacy.
Oh.
Well, had you consulted me first, I could have told your companion to stay clear of that liquid before she was so foolishly sucked into it.
You watch your mouth, little hand. You don't be talking about Rini like that. Pay some respect for the dead. Unless you want to go swimming too.
I could have told you to stand clear of that. I don't seem to understand.
Argon, any fool could see that a pool of undulating ichor is not someplace you want to be near.
But you don't know what the ichor does, though, do you?
We can find out. You ready to go swimming?
Well, I could have told you what it does.
Speak up, man. You're starting to bore me.
No, because you didn't make a diplomacy check. I'll tell Sorrel.
Diplomacy, that's for people who don't have fists.
Argon,
I have a fist as well, and a finger.
Yeah, and I'll put those to good use if you don't watch your mouth.
Whew. That's shocking.
Argon, excuse my demeanor. Excuse my demeanor. As you see, it's been quite exciting for us. What can you tell me?
It is a pool of visage. You can tell many places where they've been, many places where they might go. It's open to interpretation of the many myriad of venues one would have from the point they exist in now to the future or the past. The problem is it sends one to a realm of madness to dabble with it too often. But yet it could be advantageous to have ulterior venues to know. Perhaps to know who you may see in the future or run from.
Hans Bones, let's get moving. We have rooms to clean.
Khan, but he's telling us something that may be important.
He's been babbling like a fool since he was on my shoulder. Now he's on yours. I have no reason to believe that he's not talking the jibber jabber before. You can keep listening. We got to get moving. We got a manor to clean.
Argon, do you believe this to be that it's like a portal to the future or the past? That you can see into the future or the past?
It's not so much that you're looking into the future or the past as it is that you can see how should I say? It's a possibility of futures or possibility of pasts. Meaning that time is fluid, that you can alter time if you know how to contain it.
So if we toss you in there, you might be able to tell us where the location of your body's at.
No, God, don't throw me in there. Haven't you listened to a thing I've said? Your
You said it could
companion's
be a-
dead. She's lost her mind.
We don't know that.
I do. Unfortunately, Sorel, your efforts are very valiant, but I know where my body is.
Where? Tell us, please, tell us.
It's back there in that ichor.
Ugh.
But thank you for trying.
Khan,
We'll have to deal with that later.
Yeah, Khan, I don't even know if we should be reanimating this gibbering hand or not.
Well, I think we can worry about that after we clean this manor. We have a lot more things we got to deal with before we're looking at putting together this hand with his body. No offense, Dr. Annihilator, but we have a mission to do. This is our place. We got to clean it.
Lead the way, please. Let's,
I'm already outside the door and checking the one on the on the west side. West side.
Please, lead on. I advise you to lead on.
All right.
Thank you,
Before
Doctor.
Dela Cruz leaves this building in the north, he's going to pick up his javelin and then exit the room as well.
Okay. So you have 4 doors along the western wall. They're each 10 feet apart and evenly spaced. Tell me which door you would like to go to first, gentlemen.
Don moves to the first one
Oh,
on the
you know
west
what?
side. What's that?
There was one thing I did want to mention that I had neglected in that torture room. The entire west wall is made out of skulls.
Ew.
From
Humanoid?
floor to ceiling, from wall to wall.
Were they humanoid or part different creatures?
They're all different.
Races?
Yeah, I was going to say ancestries, but races would be fine. But the majority of them are easily human. So,
Well, I think we can check the wall later for gold teeth, but I say now we should get moving.
ooh. So, which door did you want to go to first?
Khan's moving to the one directly south to the west.
Yeah, moving in order, right?
Yeah,
Directly south to the west, the northern door.
I didn't say northern door.
I did, because that's the one that's south to the west. South and west.
Okay, the northmost southwestern door.
But you're going to approach it from the east, right?
No, the west side.
Yeah.
All right, Dela Cruz wants to stack up next to him as well. So when he opens the door, he's got his shield and sword ready.
Yeah, and mind that damn pool behind us. None of us need to be going into the drink.
Put your hand on the handle and put your shoulder against the door, and you feel that the door itself is locked.
Well, normally I would just go and bust in. But I do recall a set of jingly-jangly keys I found upstairs. Do any of these keys seem to fit at least the first lock?
One key does fit that lock.
And just a quick note, I'm going to look at the number of keys and look at the number of doors left remaining. Do they coincide together?
4 keys, 4 doors.
Doesn't look like what I was thinking. Never mind. Okay, Khan will, prepare to break open the door and then pause, fish out the keys and go, see, Sorel, I'm learning. And
I like the old-fashioned way better.
You open the door swings inwards. And within, you see a 10-foot by 10-foot cell. The walls are comprised of long bones, tightly fixed together. And the western wall, much like the western wall of the torture chamber, is comprised of skulls stacked atop each other. You do see that the floor, which is bare stone, has an iron rung that is bolted right in the center of it.
Say that again?
Which part of it?
That again.
Just the last part, the very last part, the last sentence.
You see that there's an iron rung like a ring that's bolted right into the center of the cell itself.
Nothing attached to it, I see.
No chains, no body, literally no body.
Sorry about that, Dr. Annihilator, not this one.
Oh, great.
Seeing this room with another lined shelf of skulls,
It's not a shelf, it's an entire wall.
or the wall full of skulls, can Cruz roll a religion and see if this is part of a ritual to keep something in?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, let's see. Got some trained into this. Rolled really crappy. Rolled a 3, making it a 7.
No. It's like nothing you've ever encountered before. I don't know whether or not De La Cruz has ever been to Geb before. Probably never been to Grey Dirge. But this so far seems on par with everything you've seen in Grey Dirge. But it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
All right.
Yeah, I think the decorator had a common theme in mind with this whole place.
Well, we used to have the same thing back at home. We used to like to keep dead bodies hanging about.
But gotta have the status, right?
The hell am I doing with this group? Bunch of weirdos. Disembodied hands, people decorating with bodies.
It gets the message across.
Yeah, it definitely has a sense about it. Like no sense at all. That was out of character. Khan would never say that to his trusted companion Cruz.
I don't know. I've seen you in work.
Well, this looks empty. Shall we move on?
Okay.
Same strategy next door?
Yes.
Same strategy. Next door, this door is locked as well.
Sorel is hanging back, a fair amount. But as they go room to room, he's kind of following southbound along those walls and doors.
Okay.
I'll check out my keys and see which one fits the hole.
Yep. Another key, another lock fit.
Okay, let's open it up and we'll do the tango again, Cruz.
And you do. You open up this door and it looks identical to the first one. You see once again there is a iron rung right in the center of an empty cell. You see again the walls are made of these tightly fixed long bones with the entire west wall comprised of skulls.
Maybe this
Is there anything different in this room than the previous one?
They look identical.
Perhaps they kept all their experiments in here.
Maybe we should check. So we got this theme going. I don't know why they would have all the skulls in the torture room, but also keeping them in what looks like prison cells. There's got to be something about this place that we're missing. They don't decorate prison cells with all this work. Khan wants to do what would it be? Perception?
What do you want to perceive?
I want to go into the room. First of all, I'm just going to check the shackles in the ground and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then also after that, I want to check the walls and see if there's anything remarkable about the skulls. And then I'm getting ahead of myself. Third, I want to go into the cell and close the door behind me, hoping my trusted companions will open the door again if it's locked.
Are you going to give them the key in case that happens first?
That would probably be smart. Let me see if I'll make an intelligence check on that.
I could have told you to give them the key. If you'd only touched the Ica, you would have known.
I grab his hand and put his pinky in the water.
Ew, fuck. The pain,
Let me,
the cold. I saw
Let
this.
me first do a perception check on the manacle or the bolt on the floor.
Yeah, it's just like a iron ring.
13 plus 4, 17?
It just looks like a typical kind of very primitive device for keeping somebody latched in place so they don't even wander around the cell, like chipping at the walls or trying to do anything. They just, not only, it would be the ultimate form of punishment in a cell. Not only are you in a cell, but you can't even move around it.
Yeah, you just talk to the head stuck to the wall. That's what Khan's going to do. He's going to walk over to the wall and check out the heads and maybe poke some of them and see if that does anything. 17 plus 4, 21.
As you're looking at these skulls, you see that there's some kind of a mortar that's between all the skulls, very thinly veiled between them. But as you're looking through them, you notice that there's one particular skull where both of the ocular cavities seem to go all the way through the wall to the other side of whatever's on the other side of it. Almost as though they were peepholes to look into this cell.
Good Lord, that's some creepy shit. I'm going to look through real quick and see if I see anything. You know what? Hold on. I don't want to do that and get darts shooting in my eyes and stuff like that. I'm going to alert the group. Gentlemen, it seems like we got some freaky, weird, eyes wide shut or bone skull eyes wide open going on here. Look at this. And I'll point to the
Hold on.
the skull.
Let me open the door. I can't hear you very well.
No, I'm not locked in yet. That was third.
Oh, that was third?
Yeah, we may want to check the other cell too and see if they also have the same sort of voyeuristic panels.
Yeah. So, are you going to go back to the first cell?
I'm going to alert the group, show them that, and then if one of them wants to run over and check, they can.
I'll run
They
over and
can.
check. Room number 1.
Yeah, and go ahead and make that with a +3 on your check because you know what you're looking for now.
All right. We're doing investigation, correct?
Perception.
Perception. All right. I'll just roll it because my thing's taking a second. That is 16.
You see a skull there as well, just identical to the one Khan had just described to you. That's basically identical. You can see through the skull, the two eye cavities right through to whatever would be on the other side of this wall. Somebody would be looking in on this cell or the prisoner that's in this particular cell.
All right. I'll yell back. Yep. Got the same thing over here in room 1.
Seems like we got some weirdos in this place. Not just the ones that are currently occupying it. Okay, well, do we look through or do we wait and find out what's on the other side later? I'd hate to get, lose some sight before we encounter what's behind these eyes. Or maybe we could gain some insight.
That was lame.
You're the only one not laughing.
Okay, so what are you going to do next?
Well,
I
say-
mean, the place is abandoned. I don't think anyone would else be here. Just want to try to look through them.
I would suggest, out of character, I think maybe if we have 2 more doors, let's at least clear those out and then see if...
Common theme.
Yeah, like my worry would be is if we look through and someone sticks a dagger through it who's watching us. I'd rather, just like with the pool, I don't want to deal with it until we have to deal with it. Whatever we see now, if something attacks us through there, we ain't going to be able to do shit. Maybe Sorrel can cast something through those eyeball holes, but all I can do is poke a finger back. Everything else is too big. And there's our blooper. Yeah.
What are you going to do next?
I want to go to room number 3.
Room number 3. Again, this one is locked as well.
Okay, let's follow the routine. Open the door.
Crew's
Check the room.
next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Put the key in the lock, turn the lock, and pop the door open. And inside, you see this elf standing there, blade in hand, ready to roll.
Roll initiative.
Nova fire.
Greetings. Thank you so much for letting me out of this cell. I'll be leaving now. Unless,
Hold
of
on a
course, you're not
second.
going to let me leave.
Whoa. Where do you think you're going?
Out
Who the
of the cell. I was wandering in. I got locked in. Now it's time to go. Thank you so much for letting that door open. I'm ready to leave now.
Little man, you're breaking and entering. This here is my house. Nothing from Dr. Annihilator?
What kind
I
of
did try
deviant
to
weirdo
say
decorates
something.
with skulls? This is your place? Oh, I'm definitely leaving. You are welcome to it, and I am sorry for having met you and your house.
Stop him where he's at. He's not supposed to be in here. He was
I agree. I'm ready to leave.
He was the disturbance several nights ago. Quick, attack him. He must be weak.
He's an elf. Of course he's weak.
Don't assume his gender. He's an elf.
You mean his ancestry?
That too.
What are you doing here, elf?
I said I got lost in this weird pool outside, tried to grab me, and then I was going to get away from it, and I came into this room, and it locked behind me. Now it's time to leave. And if this is your place, I recommend a new interior decorator.
I have some similar feelings about the place.
Hold on just a moment. You said you touched that pool?
It touched me. Believe me, it was an unpleasant experience for the both of us.
What did you see? Tell me what you saw in the future.
I didn't see anything.
It's highly improbable. I remember when I fell into it.
What am I talking to out of game?
Disembodied hand.
Disembodied hand. Just a hand.
Just a hand.
Think of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you literally have to talk
I'm
to
thinking
the hand.
Evil Dead is what I'm thinking.
It enunciates through the air that blows in and out of his wrist bones, his ulnar and radius bones, and that's how he is able to form coherent words.
And where is his hand located?
On top of Sorrel Furthog's shoulder,
Okay.
and it is a left
Ship
Hand
hand.
just
some
hanging
reason.
out there. I just met you guys, but I do seriously question your taste in traveling companions.
Oh, don't worry, we dropped one of
You
those.
hear what they said about you, Cruz?
I don't normally look like this. I'm just not feeling a little under the weather.
I'm talking about the hand. Just none of you are all completely. You're all accepting this as normal. Oh boy.
We've
This
seen
is as
worse.
normal as it gets here in Gib.
Right. Like I said, ready to leave now. Anytime.
Well, I think you're going to have to earn that exit.
Very well
You're gonna
then.
have to go through me.
Well, that doesn't seem very difficult. The other guy talking, that could be a little more work.
But you are oblivious to the fact that I am talking. Isn't that something special? Yes, it is.
I was wondering if I made my sanity check, but everyone else seems to hear you too, so I think I'm okay.
That's the wrong game there.
Take it easy there, Aklo.
Time to get out of the green and get down with the mean.
Well, let me introduce myself since you all have me at a disadvantage. I am Kier Novafire, sailor of the high seas, from the far reaches of Galarian. I've seen all, done all, and ready to do more. Although I'd really, really like to do that now and leave this cell and this creepy place.
Yeah, you're going to have to earn your keep if you want to leave. Tell you what, we got a deal for you. We have to clear out this bottom floor of all the unsavory sort of characteristics like giant rats and undead things that bite, gnaw, and gnash. Tell you what, you help us clear this out, and once it's done, you can take off. Because I can't guarantee if we let you leave now, I don't know if you'd even be able to get out on your own.
Well, that sounds like a good deal because, quite frankly, when I got here, it was a really bad way to get here. And
I think
have
he's
you guys
daring
dealt with
you.
what's outside in the pool?
What's that?
Have you dealt with what's outside in the pool? I noticed none of you got touched by the whatever it was, and I still am curious about your traveling hand.
Well, one of our members we lost to the pool.
And that's all that's left?
No, the hand.
There was another one.
The hand came with the house. A different member.
Okay.
One who was dear to me ended up in the pool. And looks like you're going to have to take her place. Normally, she would open all the doors for us. So you can start by opening the door to the next cell.
Are there any
Han
more
hands
pieces
out
of this
the
body
keys.
we're going to get once we get to the next house? Is there like another hand? How did this... You know what? That sounds good. I'll be happy to join you guys because at this particular point, my options are limited. Although, just going through it, you got a hand there. I'm just... Okay.
He comes in handy sometimes.
What is it you can do for us there, Miss Novafire?
It's a dude, isn't it?
It's an elf. I'm finding out.
I'm
What
an
are your
elf.
pronouns?
Raised
You're
by
a-
humans, wonderful, kind fishing company who my parents, they died. And so I've been trying to find my place in the world. And yes.
Elf.
Good Lord, are you a bard? You're telling us your life story here. Here's the keys. Check the next door. After that, I'll give you my word. We'll let you out of here.
All
Alive.
right, very well. And your names are?
I'm Khan. That's it, like Madonna.
Okay. And
Dela
you are,
Cruz.
sir?
Dela Cruz.
Got it. And the last of your member.
Argon the Annihilator.
That's Doctor.
That's right. Doctor. PhD.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to the hand. I'd like to know the guy who's got the hand and how you yes,
Yes, my squire.
your squire.
Speak.
Shield
speak.
bearer.
Number
Pleasure
one.
to make your acquaintance here, Nova Fire. My name is Sorrel Furthog.
Pleasure as well. Okay, so we're opening doors.
You are opening the door, not
And we're just gonna kill things. We're not looking for other pieces and parts of your hand, right?
That's to be determined.
I
Got it.
wouldn't be
Okay.
in there. I owned the place. I wasn't a prisoner in here.
Well, then, what was your choice of? What was going through your mind in the choice of decorations here? I must say, this is
We're
what
talking
I
a
would've
very
chosen.
long time ago. I owned this place. I don't own it any longer. I've passed it on.
right.
Sorrel,
lot
you
of
got
other
a
parts of
bag
you,
for
too.
that hand?
I've tried to keep him quiet. It just
After
just
I
ignore him. Just
passed
ignore
on.
him, and let's move on. Kira, you're gonna find that the hand just talks constantly,
Constantly. What do you mean by that?
continually,
Oh,
all the
thank you.
time.
It is
Never
rather
shuts up.
disconcerting.
We should move along. We have many rooms here that we're not sure of. Khan, please, can you lead the way?
Yes. Look here, Mr. Kier. We'll worry about all this other stuff. We're still figuring it out. Our mission right now is to sweep this bottom floor clean. Once it's clean, then we can walk around and talk and go through all the things of why they're using bone instead of wood and all that. But until then, let's busy ourselves with clearing this place out and making it a little bit safer. Because we've already lost one of our number and nearly lost two. Not to mention
One
Dr.
point of
Annihilator's
clarification
body.
before we go on. There will be an equal share of any gains, correct?
equal to what you have contributed so far.
Well, very well then. Just trying
Tell
to
you
figure
what,
out
we
the
can
lay of
always
land
put
here.
you back in the cell if you don't want to.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. You got me those keys. No, I'll open up the. You said there's another cell. Sounds good. Let's do that.
It's
Okay.
time to see what you made of, Miss Novafire.
No problem.
Mr. No, sorry, pardon.
Boy.
What have we done?
So I hand the
Here we'll
keys to
exit the,
Novafire.
We will exit and go to the next door and ask how you guys. Guy with the shield. What would you? Oh, that's right, De La Cruz, Mr. De La Cruz. If you wouldn't mind, now, just in case there's something in there. I did. Did I hear anything off game? Did I hear anything while I was in there? Rustlings, bangings, crunchings, slitherings, chitterings.
Occasionally, you would hear the scratching of something along the floor, skittering, dragging, occasional whelping of some kind of a verminous creature. But outside of that, you didn't hear anything to the left or right of your cell.
Got it. Occasionally, I heard some rats, scratchings, slitherings, and such, but not much else. But maybe some of the Denzians didn't take kindly to their parts being used as decor, and who knows? Maybe they're a little upset. We'll
I'll
find
tell
out.
you what. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So
Nobody. Okay. Well, I was going to say, well, if there's just rats in this cell, maybe you can show us what you're made of. Novafire. I'd love to see what a elf raised by humans can do.
well, I did learn this one particular recipe at sea when we had nothing to eat but rats, but I'm not sure that's appropriate right now.
Does it deal with how to open a door?
No, but what we can do, never mind. Let's open the door.
You go to the door, and the door is locked.
Got it.
I got
Nice,
your
healthy
back,
set of keys.
Notifier.
Which key did you guys? Well, there's probably only one key left. He'll try the keys until he gets the door open.
Is everybody that far to the north of Nova Fire? Where's everybody at?
I'm right.
think I haven't
I'll be
moved my
right
character.
behind him,
Yeah.
making sure he doesn't try to
Dela
flee.
Cruz is kind of keeping an eye on him. So he's kind of behind Nova Fire.
That looks like you're in front of him.
Oh, well, I don't want to get too close to the pool.
So, Tone, you want to move in front of the door, and then Cruz and I will flank you on either side so we can attack whatever comes out?
That will work. As a matter of fact, as a cantrip, I'd like to do detect magic.
Look at you already proving yourself.
Okay. On the door itself, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and make your
Detecting
check.
magic
You do not detect any magic emanating from the door.
Got it.
No.
Okay. Got it. That will put me in, of course, Arcane Cascade stance, which is good for me in case something happens. So I will then open the door.
You unlock and open the door,
Yes, unlock and open the door.
and it looks the same as the cell you had just been released from.
Dela Cruz throws him in. I'm just kidding.
Contributor died, bitch.
Hey, I detected that there was no magic.
There is no magic, and it looks exactly like the cell you came from, with the tight bones for walls. And you see along the western wall is comprised of skulls from floor to ceiling. You see another iron ring in the center of the cell, and you're also able to see that in the southwest and in the southeast corner are piles of skulls and bones just heaped up.
Does it look like corpses, or does it look like leftover decor material?
It just looks like piles of bones and skulls and ribs and whatnot.
The
Gotcha.
bits box.
Yeah. The
Gonna
boneyard.
return these to Home Depot when we're done.
Yeah.
Our corpses are us.
Just a quick check, DM. Is there a skull in that room that also has its eye holes bored through to the other side?
It does.
All right.
And for the sake of saving time, you could probably assume that the cell that Nova Fire came out of had one in there as well. So all
shit.
4 of these cells looked as though somebody was viewing them from the other side of that particular wall in the west.
Stickos.
At that point, Dela Cruz will actually walk up and take a look through.
Oh, bold.
Okay.
Get eyeball sickness now.
Get some, yeah. I get the pink eye. All right. Perception or just.
Well,
Sorry.
you have low light vision, correct?
Correct.
Okay, as you look through, you can see that you're looking onto a hallway. Looks about 5 feet wide. And across from you, 5 feet away, is another wall comprised of skulls and bones. And it looks like the hallway goes to the north on the other side of this wall. In other words, it looks like it dead ends to the left, like if you're peering through the skull. You can see that it dead ends at the left. But as you look to the right, you can see it looks like it goes. Let me see if I could. This is about what you can see.
Okay.
And for the listeners, I revealed a portion of the map that showed that there's a hallway on the other side of that wall.
Same wall as all of the rooms along the west wall, correct?
Yes.
We could only assume.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It appears there might be some kind of hidden hallway leading up to the north. Not sure if it was some kind of weird closed door observation room. It might be some other way to get into that room
Or that hallway.
or that hallway.
What do you want to do?
Let's go, Nova Fire. We're going around that corner and see what's there.
Sounds good to me. Just as curiosity, have you guys checked out that room in the corner?
Which
The
one?
one on the over here,
Where at?
What are you pointing at?
top north corner.
Hold your little mouse finger
Oh,
down.
I
Oh,
see
no,
what
you
you're
did.
talking-
Yeah.
No, he did. I just didn't see that part of the map because he's okay. No, they didn't.
Now we haven't explored
So the
eastern
very
side.
top west portion where there, I see a skeleton. I don't have any.
Yeah, top west room we cleared out. It was a bunch of dead rats.
Okay,
Yeah,
is that what these are?
Yeah,
And we'll go and take a look. What's here?
Now I'll follow with you.
Cruz is already wrapped around that corner.
as you guys start to make your way around that corner,
That
let me,
cruise tank.
let me describe it for you. Let me describe it for you. Sorrel, are you way back there with Argon the Annihilator?
No, I'm moving up. I'm following the group south as I've overheard this chatter of us wanting to understand what this north running hallway is, but I'm still maintaining my distance so I don't get into the fray if something happens.
Yeah, you look in that. Gosh, it's kind of hard to describe this. Imagine as you're coming around the corner of this cell, you can now see all these bones and skulls and piles in the southwest corner. And the wall that would have been the southern wall of the cell just runs straight to the main western wall of the manor. It's hard to tell if there's anything over there. Everything looks dark and grungy and grimy along those walls. And then you start to hear like this buzzing, almost like an insect type of a sound. Kind of looking around, and you almost see that it's coming from this this pile of bones and whatnot. And then the bones start to move and shimmer, and you start to make out all these tiny little inhabitants that are contained within this. And they look like little mini Ostavites. And let's just roll some initiative as this nest
great.
comes upon you.
Wait, before we do that,
No.
Kier's trained in nature. These appear to be bugs, or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
He has to roll for it though.
Yeah.
Happy to roll for it. I got +3 in nature, so rolling here. Yeah, I got a 4 + 3, so it's a whopping 7. Never
They
seen
just
bugs
look like
these before.
insects to you that are occupying bones, using them as exoskeletons. But there's a shit ton of them. And they're almost like they are a nest. They're like a living nest.
Gotcha.
So let's roll some initiative.
Roll some initiative. Got it.
Rolling.
And now, Tone, you know to use your perception for that, correct?
It was a perception. Oh, that's right, for initiative.
For initiative.
Yeah, for initiative, use perception.
Your roll
Gotcha.
plus the perception.
Okay, so 19, and then what my
Oh,
perception?
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. You're on fucking point.
Yeah. Thank you. Perception.
No go fire. Way to go.
What'd you get, Nova Fire?
22.
22. De La Cruz.
Dela Cruz with a 7. He's still studying our new friend, Nova Fire.
Sorrel.
11.
Khan.
14.
Nova Fire.
Okay.
Having been locked in this cell for several days, feeling a little frisky, now it's time to put your money where your elf is.
Got it.
That would be a MILF.
All right. Well, then.
You see this nest come alive, preparing to do some battle with you guys, preparing to take some names. Maybe a new home.
AoE is shit, dude. Blast it.
Now, there's the problem. Mages don't do AoE because they can only produce the spell with melee attack, and AoE hits them too. As I read up on it, I found this out. And then there's all kinds of new little things about the Magic class that I have learned. So, since my first spell was Detect Magic, I get a +1 to my damage, and it's since it's Detect Magic, it's mental. That's the mental force. So, if that's what it is, +1 under the School of Divination, which would be Detect, which is mental force. So, there's
Now,
1
this isn't
point there.
magic that's coming to attack you.
Correct.
Okay. So you know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spell strike. Since I'm in my arcane cascade, I am going to do my produce flame,
Ooh.
and I will then. That's a 1 count spell, so it counts as double. The spell strike is the 1 count. The casting of the spell is 2, and then I have to melee strike.
Earn it.
So, where is it exactly, Trusted GM?
I'm going to show you right now. It is in the southwest corner. Imagine it's occupying that whole southwest corner where you see all those skulls at the bottom of the map.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I can move 30 feet as an action. So spell strike is 1.
Jeez.
Casting is 2 because it's 2 actions with the critical.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Hold on.
I can't reach it.
Hold on
Plato.
a second. Your movement is, remember, it's 3 action economy. So you have 1 action to move.
Right.
Your spell strike is 2 actions,
Right.
and your produce flame is another 2 actions. You could not do all 3 of those things in 1 round.
Right. So I can spell strike, which is the 1 action. The produce flame is in the melee. That would be 2 actions, and then move would be. I can't do it. I can't move and do the spell strike. I can't move, melee, and spell strike in the same thing in this particular instance.
Not in
No,
this one.
it's 3 total. You get 3 actions in totality. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah, so
as I
if
understand
your
it, spell strike is 1. The
Spell
melee
strike is
attack
2.
would be 2, but the
Spell
spell
strike
strike
is
takes
2.
2 casts because you have to use up the time it takes to cast it. And since this is a 1 action, spell strike is 1. If it was a 2 action or a 2 slot spell, that would be 3, but it's not, and I still don't have the melee.
So do you just prepare it and then carry it out the following turn then?
Correct. So I prepared my spell strike. I have it cast on my sword, and I could move 1 space, and that would be 3. Spell strike, the cast of the spell, and then 1 move because I won't be able to close into it. So I would only be here.
Alrighty.
Am I correct?
Your move, you can move a full 30, right?
Yeah,
No,
but I don't need to move a full 30, do I?
No.
What I think I'm hearing he's doing is he's imbuing his weapon with spell strike. That's 2
Yes.
actions.
Yeah, and then moving.
And then he's moving. And then
Right.
that's it.
That's
That
it.
is correct.
So no damage this round.
No.
No.
Not
He's
by
just
you.
prepping. He's just prepping.
You know what? I'd like to actually move here because then I'm not in anybody's way.
Okay, that's fine. I like that. That's a good idea. So this mound of skulls and vermin, whatever you want to call this thing, begins to oscillate and burst out this acid splash.
Oh, joy.
And each creature that's within 30 feet of this nest needs to make a reflex save.
Who is that going to be?
Because,
it's gonna be-
and I'll tell you why. Because when Nova Fire got within 15 feet of this nest, that's what triggered it.
Of course.
Well, don't tell them that. Okay, we're slow on the reflexes today. So Kier's save is 13.
You rolled 13? Is that what you got?
Correct.
Okay, fail.
That's including my bonus.
De La Cruz
It's going to fail with a 9.
and Khan.
11 plus 8, 19.
19. You pass. Okay, so everybody's going to take, except for Sorel and Argon, is going to take 6 points of acid damage. And those of you who failed are going to take 1 persistent acid damage until you do save.
Got it.
So the save gets 6 damage. The ones who don't save get 7. That's
They're
not
go- yeah.
much of a save.
Yeah.
No, that's still 6. The save is,
Persistent damage.
yes. Thank you.
One damage per round.
1%.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd. That sounds bad. I thought the save at least would give us half.
No, the save.
Ruh-roh.
So then it has 3 targets to choose from. 1, 2 for Nova Fire, 3, 4 for De La Cruz, 5, 6 for Khan. Khan, you to 1. And it attempts
right,
to
baby.
spew at you this direct line of fire acid spooge right at you. For 29 to hit,
No, that's a miss.
for 11 points of acid.
Damn.
And you don't have to save against that one.
That actually brings me down to 0. But orcish ferocity kicks in and brings me back to 1 hit point.
Damn. Con,
I
it
had
is your
17
turn.
hit points. All right. Well, I know I got my man Sorrel behind me that's going to heal me, so my boy's going to go in and try to go out fighting.
Well, it did 11 points of damage, not 17.
Yeah, but I had 6 from the round before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
so I
right.
took 17 hit points.
Got
That's
it.
all I had left.
Well, that's all you ever need.
Damn right, I'm back up to 1. I don't need nothing. I got this and I'm good. Hold on 1 second.
I can make it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're going to go. So what is it we're fighting? An Ostavite?
It's an Ostavite nest.
Okay, so is this a single target? Is it multiple opponents?
Consider it a single target.
Okay.
Is it a large target? Like large, small, medium? What does it fall under?
According to its stats, it looks like it falls under the large category.
Okay, so what is the... I was actually going to say I have a healing potion, but I actually don't because I drank that a long time ago. For future, what is a healing potion just like one move, and then I could still move and
Yes.
do 2 more
It's
actions?
it's one action, yeah.
Okay. Well, since I am empty of healing potions and I'm up to 1 glorious hit point, I'm going to move in. Is this where it's at?
That's where it's at.
Okay, I'm going to move in, do for 1 action, do my Fists of Fury for 2 actions. So the
Okay.
first attack is 7 plus 6, 13.
To hit,
Yeah.
miss.
Okay, and the second part of that flurry of blows is a 13 plus 2, 15.
Miss.
Damn. So he's going to move back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, and 5. Boom.
Right next to the pool.
Hopefully, no. Hopefully, out of the way of the splish splash. I'm not taking a bath.
Is that it?
Furcon, yes.
Sorrel.
Did Dela Cruz take any damage with that last one?
It took 6 plus 1.
Oh, that's right. Don't you? Oh, you passed though, didn't you, Con?
I passed. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
barely. I almost passed away.
That's right. That's
Okay.
how close it could get, man. Hairline.
I'm going to use 2 actions of heal on Khan. That's going to be a 1d8 plus 8 for 13 points of healing.
Fuck
Damn.
yes.
Damn. Hell
So that
yeah.
was 2. And then
Here's impressed.
I'm within... How many feet am I within Dela Cruz? Is that what, 5?
Like
10?
10.
10 feet?
10 feet.
I'm gonna move up between Khan and actually no, I'm gonna be done.
Where'd Khan go?
I'm here. I'm in front of the cell door of cell number 4.
And I'm gonna just use my last action and cast one of my cantrips, shield.
Sebastian de la Cruz.
I know who to hide behind.
Come on, man. 2-handed bastard sword. Bring it down on the nest.
All right.
I'll be right there.
You'll be right there. All right, let's
Back
see.
up 13.
Let me switch some things up here real quick. All right. How far away am I from this creature? It's still in the nest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the nest.
It is the nest.
Yes, it is the nest.
Okay.
So at any one given point, you're probably about 15 feet from it. Now you're like 5 feet from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to it to get in melee range. 2-handed attack.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna do something or nothing.
Cruise control. Let's do it.
Cruise control. Ooh. That acid damage is still affecting him. 7 to hit.
With pluses?
Yeah. Well, you got to remember I'm sickened though too, so I do take some penalties.
Oh, man.
Strangely,
Yeah.
that does not hit. I don't know why.
He's got the long COVID, is what he's got.
Yeah, it's got the long COVID.
He's got the
You got
coof.
one more thing, right? You can either move or attack, right?
Move or attack, and I'm
Get
actually
out of
going
there.
to move and gain cover where Khan is.
Kerr.
Nova fire.
right.
Nova fire.
Come on. All right, so he will now strike. Now,
nasty
I
cur.
didn't make this, or I didn't get this from the core rule book. Does it make a difference if it's a bigger creature? Instead of a D8, it's a D12, or is it just simply a D8 for damage?
Simply a
against
D8. Yeah.
That's like OG.
So it doesn't make a
D&D.
difference.
Real quick, Tone, how you
Mhm.
doing on hit points?
I have 9 plus 1 because it's a temporary hit point, because now I'm in Arcane Cascade, so I have 10 out of 14.
Dude, maybe. Well, if it's a nest, I don't know if it can move, but if we don't want to lose you on your first game.
No, hopefully not. I think I'll be okay. I got a maximum of 14, and then I get 1 temporary hit point because of the specialty I am. So
Yeah, it'll be
right
fine.
now I've got
You'll be all right.
10. I think I'll be okay. We'll see. We will see. I'm going to try to hit this thing. And now it will be, let's see. I will roll, and I got a 4 plus 6. So that's a 10.
That is going to miss.
Yep, that's going to miss. And then my spell goes off, and that's a whole whopping bunch of nothing. So that's brilliant.
Still got 2 actions.
Now I got 2 actions. So I could cast it again and strike again. So I'm going to do that.
Get
Pull
out,
back,
no,
back
dude.
up.
get out, get
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Taking
We can-
discretion
Let
is a
him
better
be.
part of
Let him
valor.
be. He
I am
can
going
figure
to
this out.
back up and move.
I ain't losing no
to
more people,
here.
DM.
Oh, wait. I'm going to move.
You keep playing like this, you are.
I don't want to get too close to the pool. I don't want to go too far back. I guess I should go here.
I'm going to go
'Cause I
lock
can move
myself
30
in the
feet.
cell
So it's
again.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Cruz taking point again.
Oh,
Yeah. Cruise.
Bruise, here we go. You got partial cover, though, hopefully.
Me too.
Well, let's see here.
We're going back in. What's this thing going to do now? Can it move?
Oh, wait. I have one more action, right? So I attacked, then I moved, and I get to do it again. So I'm going to
Go back in your cell.
no, although that was tempting.
That wouldn't be too bad.
I should do something else intelligent. I just don't know what it would be. I can't cast Spell Strike because I need to do that plus the spell.
You have any
So all I
spells
can
like
do is cast
shield
another
or anything?
cantrip, which I can cast as shield.
Put it on
Okay.
Cruz, or is it only self?
It's only self.
So you've got partial cover there, Sebastian. So it's going to try to attack you because you're the only one it can see.
All right.
So that gives you plus
Two
2.
circumstance.
Yes.
Yeah.
17.
17 will miss.
Oh,
Ah, Khan laughs at you.
that's okay because he's going to do it again.
Laughs from his mountain.
Plus 4
Mountain
for you
of
this
skulls.
time. Oh, shit. So 8. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Oh. For 8 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, Tony, you need to take a 1 point of that persistent acid damage, and then you go ahead and make your save after you
I'll
take the
make my
point.
save.
Didn't you already take the one, and next round you have to roll for the next one?
Yeah, but he
It's
didn't
the
do
same
it yet.
round, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you took your
It's,
point
it's
off.
the
when
new
you...
I
round
went
because he
first, so it's
yeah
the
he
new
went first
one.
before it.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 plus 6. I got a 10.
Okay, so you're still going to take that 1 point every time your turn comes up.
Got it. Which is also about having temporary hit points, because that was my temporary hit point, so I just took the temporary hit point.
Oh.
So I'm
Well, this
good.
thing does not have a movement speed, but I do need to try something here. Okay. The nest goes quiet, leaving you 4 up and around the corner. Con, breathing heavy, sitting heavy. Gonna have to make a decision. Next
All right, I was
session.
just wait. Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Sorrel, man, you got some more mojo. I feel we might need to make a tactical. I wouldn't say retreat, but backstep, at least to the first cell.
Somebody got a Molotov cocktail?
Furthog, speak.
You're
I can't
muted.
hear you.
guess he's
You're
not gonna
muted.
Muted, Squire.
I give you the
Take my
ability
hand
to
off your
speak
throat.
once more.
You're doing sign language. Oh,
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We also have a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over and hit that subscribe bell. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.